right. What is up, party people? We're here. I'm here. Jack's on his way. Um, Man, do we have some shit to get into today? I'm trying. Okay, great. The YouTube stream's working now. This is awesome. Okay. I had someone check in to see if it was working on their end. See here. Just housekeeping. How we guys doing tonight, man? Holy shit. Man, we have some wild shit to get into. We're gonna start with sports, but I have a story. We have a story. I gotta stop with that I word. It's a work thing. I came across a story that is very okay, good. We're on YouTube. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and share that link actually on my Facebook. Actually. But I came across a story today that I don't understand how it didn't get any traction whatsoever. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into the sports world like we always do. We always start off with what's going on in sports. So let me see something here. I know I should be more prepared for this here, but we are still getting off the ground here. Bear with me a moment here. Let's see. Switch account. Come on, asshole. Switch the account, motherfucker. Okay. All right. Thank you for joining us as we delve into another episode of Real Nonsense, which the name is kind of fire. Can't really complain about the name. Let's see what we got to get into here today. We are halfway through Halloween. Wow. Fuck, dude. Getting older sucks balls, dude. Fucking sucks. I did rent an Airbnb for election night. It's a big deal, so I'm going to treat it like a big deal. So I'll be broadcasting elsewhere that night. For how long, I'm not sure. Let me go ahead and throw this link on my Facebook here. Okay. Almost ready. Give me one moment, folks. Thank you for bearing with me. Love you guys. Let's see. Okay. Paste, motherfucker. Why are you not pasting? All right. Anyways, for shit we have to get into tonight. It's gonna be a fun show. Wow, 5 already. Wow. All right, dude. You guys are fucking legit. I fuck with you guys, dude. So the Mets lead their NLCS 1-0. Yankees lead theirs 1-0. They're currently up 1-0 in game 2, which means that a Subway series is pretty fucking likely, honestly. Let's keep it a buck with each other here. Let's see. Okay. Okay, here we go. No. Okay. We have the deadliness of affairs. Like I said, this is a story that I came across that I'm really shocked, honestly, that has not made the rounds yet, but we're going to make the rounds of it right now. as soon as Jack gets in here. Okay, we're on Facebook now and YouTube. All right, let's go through the ticker here. Monday Night Football. Fuck you, Josh Allen. You fucked me out of a lot of money because you couldn't put up 250 yards. But I'll forgive you. It was a good game, good overtime game. Have horror fans gone soft? We're going to get into that. Jack, his experience at Wrestle Dream. We have to find out how it smelled. And that's not a shot at AEW. It's a shot at fucking wrestling fans. Do better. Should really do better. Election night live coverage, November 5th. We'll be here. I'll be here. We have a stench of the week to get into. Shitty reviews. I have an Airbnb story that really makes Airbnb look like pieces of shit to me, honestly. Let's see here. And a whole load of other shit. So at this point, we're just waiting for Jack. I'll throw some comments up if there are any. Jamie, can you see it? Is it visible to you? Okay. Working on YouTube. Okay. All right. So while we wait for Jack, we can get into some other shit here. Let me pull up this story here. I'm going to present my screen here for a second. Why does it do this all the time? Actually, a second. Show. For some reason, it doesn't show until he comes in. I don't know why. But I hope everyone's having a decent evening. Hopefully, work's treating you well. Let's see. Okay, let me show you something here. Share my screen here. All right, I'm going to get into this here. Airbnb host refuses to refund, and I understand, policy and all that fucking dumb shit, dude, right? But Airbnb is refusing to refund this poor lady who canceled a Florida family trip due to Hurricane Milton. What the fuck did you expect this lady to do? What did you? Oh, here we go. All right, here's Jack. Let me go ahead and add you to the thing here. Let's see. How do I do that? Hold on, Jack. I'm getting you, buddy. Where you at? Damn it. Oh, wait. I know what I did. I think. Oh, he's not here. Well, there we go. Okay, that would explain it. But this poor lady, a U.S. woman, has called out Airbnb, Airbnb host in Florida, for their lack of empathy, which it is. It's a fucking lack of empathy. After they refused to give her a refund for a holiday she booked for her family before Hurricane Milton struck. Caitlin Thayer, a mother of 5, took to TikTok to air her grievances with an Airbnb host whom owns a beachfront property in Amelia Island. Hurricane Milton made landfall near Sarasota County's Siesta Ski on October 9th, spawning dozens of tornadoes, 28-foot waves, strong winds, heavy rainfall, and devastating storm surge, leaving 23 dead and over 1 million homes without power over the weekend. Now, I totally get their refund policy. I get it. I really do. Oh, shit, it fucked me. Come on, don't play with me. Don't play with me, baby. Don't play. Come on. Start again, bitch. All right, here we go. We're all right. Sorry for the hiccup there, but fuck them. Fuck them for this shit here. Present share screen. Okay. They're real scumbags for this here. And I understand, dude. It's about money. Fine, you know. In Amelia Island, where Thayer booked her family Airbnb rental, an evacuation order was in place. Now, that should fucking void out anything, right? If there's an evacuation order, stop being a piece of shit. Give the fucking poor lady her, her fucking money back. Like, stop, dude. Really. Don't be a scumbag. And the reason I bring this up is because I booked a fucking Airbnb for election night. So, all right, let's see what it's showing up though. I'm sorry, guys. For some reason, we've been having issues with YouTube, but the person watching from YouTube is in Florida. So it may have something to do with that. Jack's on his way, just sent me a text message. So we're riding solo here for a second. Man, we have a lot to get into. Fuck. Okay. Let me look into this a little bit more. Let's see. They posted a video on social media that has now gained over 160,000 views, explaining how she requested a refund on the first 2 days of their vacation in Florida, arriving on October 11th rather than October 9th, so they could wait out the storm. Logically, you think, right? However, despite trying to negotiate with the host, they refused to offer the family a family of 7 a refund despite the incoming dangerous storm. Let's go ahead. I think I can go ahead with playing the video. Let's see. Let's see what this dumb bitch is talking about. Let's see, guys. Let's see something
here. PSA to all Airbnb owners: if there's a hurricane coming towards you, and somebody says, "Hey, I don't want to cancel my vacation. I would like to just push it out a few days to make sure that 1, you have power. 2, we're not taking resources from locals. If you lose power, 3,
these are all valid.
It doesn't really feel safe to drive into a hurricane. And 4, we're traveling with children that have to have state-approved papers to travel across state lines. And you still make them forfeit their money. That's a lack of empathy and humanity. And I cannot wrap my head around that. So
I agree.
To give a little backstory, we were supposed to be leaving today. So I'm sitting on my porch for Amelia Island, Florida. We go every single fall break. It's a place that's very close to our hearts. My husband and I have talked a lot about buying a second home there. And we go with some of our best friends. So total, there's 4 kids and 7 adults. Nope, backwards. 7 kids and 4 adults. And we were supposed to be leaving today and staying through Sunday. It's kids' fall break. We got this months ago with deep in order to take our foster babies with us. In order to take our foster kids across state lines, you have to have a signed individual.
Jack, just to fill you in here. So this woman, the reason that I'm talking about this story is because I booked the Airbnb for the election show, right? Yeah. And with the way that technology goes now, with the way that technology goes now, whatever you're talking about, whatever you're watching, it's going to show on your feed, right? Like, yeah. So they listen. So this poor girl, she booked the Airbnb ahead of time, and then the Hurricane Milton came through, and they're refusing to fucking refund her money, dude.
When
not her fault.
It's kind of gone downhill in recent years, Airbnb, because they have all these hidden fees and stuff. It got to the point where it's like it's the same price or less to stay at a hotel. It was kind of originally to take the traffic away from hotels, but now there's like, I'm not saying like yours or anything, but just in general, there's like all these different fees and all this different bullshit to the point where it's like you might as well just stay in a hotel if that's the case.
No, and like a big part of it, kind of like how you said, like a big part of it, and this goes for many companies. These companies, they come in and they're an alternative for something worse. Like, for example, like Uber really did a number on taxis at first.
Yeah.
And then once they eliminated taxis, then it's like, oh, guess what? Now we're going to be worse than taxis. You know what I mean?
Pretty
like,
much.
What the fuck, dude? Right?
Because they can.
So this poor lady's story. Let me see if I can start from the beginning here.
I saw most of it, but yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, you get the gist. Basically, they fucked her over, and they're refusing to fucking work with her, which is really fucked up.
And it's not like she
that correlated.
It's not like she canceled it for a stupid reason. There's a fucking natural disaster.
Right. It's not like, I just don't want to go now. Like it wasn't anything like that. It's fucked up, dude. It's really fucked up. But we do have a hell of a show planned today, man. Yeah. And what's fucked up is like, it was funny because yesterday I texted you and I go, fuck, dude, what's this show going to be about? Yeah, and then today, like from this morning to this afternoon, it was like, it was like a fucking avalanche of, this is what the show should be about.
It just happens that way.
Nuts,
sometimes at least.
Yeah, absolutely. We started off strong, dude. We got 6 viewers already, and we're only fucking 17 minutes in. So
17 minutes in.
Works for me. The Yankees just went up 2-0. I feel like this is hard to say because the Guardians, they're really good all year. I feel like they're overmatched, dude.
They're that team that had a great regular season. They're not ready for the playoffs, as opposed to a team like the Yankees, who maybe they didn't have the best regular season, but come playoffs, it's time to play, or they're ready to play. It's kind of like the Chiefs, like back in the day with Brady and the Patriots. Like there's some years they'd be the wild card, but come January they'd be ready to play.
Right. Yeah, well, it's kind of like the fucking Chiefs now. Like they're gonna limp their way there. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And honestly, I was saying this to somebody else. I think that the Chiefs are the worst 5-0 team I think I've ever seen, dude.
I think so. Hopefully, their O goes after this weekend, and the Vikings are the only one left undefeated.
Yeah. Well, who do the Chiefs got?
I don't. I haven't looked at next week yet. I think the only team. There's some, I don't know if that's a stat, but we've never beat the Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes. And then one year he was hurt. Oh, it was the year they won the Super Bowl, 2019. We played them on Thursday Night Football, and they had their backup in Matt Moore, and he's still, it's a Super Bowl rematch. It's the Chiefs and 49ers.
Oh, that's right. It is. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So that's must-see TV right there. Damn. Wow, okay. While we're on the topic of sports, it's looking really likely. I understand it's really early, but it's looking really likely that we make it a Subway Series, dude.
I really hope so. The election year with a Subway Series.
Yeah.
What the last one was 2000, right?
Dude. Yeah. Well, I think like historically it happens quite a bit.
Has it happened besides the 2001?
Well, I think so. I mean, that's a rich history we'd have to go through, but yeah, dude, I'm fairly certain.
As far as I know, it's only been that's since 2001. So yeah, it's only happened one. It's only happened.
2001 to me was kind of one time. Wow, it felt like more. It's weird. Really good.
But what about 2001?
But No, so 2001, it was weird, dude. 2001 felt like 2000 because everything that happened
Yeah,
within that 2 year window.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because
Like
obviously
especially with like the pause of the baseball season.
yeah, obviously like
Yeah,
9/11 happened in 2001, but it's kind of like before it
right.
happened, that was, you could kind of consider the 90s into 2001, because it was kind of like that was the old world of the 90s and before, and then it's been the new world ever since. It's actually been the 21st century since then, and that's the event that took us into the 21st century. The real event, maybe not the event on a calendar, but that was like the real
Yeah.
landmark.
Well, yeah, and just to get into like a small little sidebar here, I feel like every generation has their own thing that like changes the world, dude.
Yeah,
Like 9/11 was for me, and then COVID was for the generation after. And you know what I mean?
because
Like there's always
I've lived through,
one huge
yeah,
thing that changes the landscape of
yeah.
everything. But
I lived through both. Obviously, I was
yeah.
5 years old in 2001, so I don't really remember, but you know,
I'll never forget 9/11 because I was in school and these motherfuckers these motherfuckers wheeled in the like
the
I don't know if you're
yeah,
old
I
enough to
remember
remember this, but back in the day,
wheels
they
in
would
the
like wheel
TV.
in the fucking
Yeah,
like the TV
yeah.
and shit, dude. And like, and I shouldn't laugh about it. A lot of people died, dude. But like they wheeled the fucking TV and they turned it on. And I'm just like, everyone in the room was just like, oh fuck, dude. And then they just wheeled it out. Like a lot of people, especially me, they're like, the World Trade Center got hit, and I'm like, what the fuck is the World Trade Center? I didn't
See,
know. I was like
I
12 years old, dude.
my experience was I was 5 years old and I was in kindergarten, and my mom always had the Today Show on, and she was crying. And I'm like, I'm 5 years old. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then I just remember her crying and pointing at the TV and being like, look at that plane. And then I see the second plane smash into the tower. And then, but I didn't understand what was going on. And then in the months and years that followed, I would always hear my grandparents be like, oh, that we took that vacation and flew there before 9/11. That was after 9/11. I was like, I was like, what does that mean? What's 9/11? And then it took me till I was like 7, 8 years old to put the two together.
And like this is common knowledge, but like if you look at like the world before and after, it's completely different. There was no TSA, there was no Homeland Security. There was
there was no TSA, obviously. You could just walk right through. And then I've flown like every year since I was born, one way or another. But before 9/11, the cockpit was a curtain to get in, and now it's a fucking locked, dead bolted door.
Yeah. And now I don't know if they did this beforehand, but I'll never forget that it happened to Savannah, and she fucking bugged out, dude. Like she was like running like full speed to like make sure that she caught her flight, and because you fly a lot. Once that door is closed, it's closed, bro. They're not reopening the fucking door, dude.
Yeah, I've watched enough.
Like, they shut the fucking door on me, and I'm like, yo, relax, dude. I'm not gonna relax. I'm like, yo, chill. You're gonna be on the next flight, dude. Just relax.
It's never happened to me, but it's never happened to me. But I've watched a lot of episodes of Aeroline on A&E.
Yeah, and like she didn't cause a scene because she's white, but I'm just saying that like she wasn't very happy.
It almost happened to me once, but I barely made the cut.
They were just closing it, and you're like, hey, wait a minute.
My friend dropped me off at like the wrong gate, so then I had to take the train like all the way around, check my bag, go through TSA. The TSA lady held me over for some bullshit reason because I had hand sanitizer in my backpack. So then she thought I had like a fucking foreign substance in my backpack. And then I'm freaking out. and I had to sprint down the hallway as they were doing the final boarding call, and I was the last one on the plane.
Like the shit that's on the list that you can't get on is so stupid. Like hand sanitizer, like really, dude.
I'm like, bitch, just throw it away. Like that was the only time I've ever like
it's not that huge of a deal, dude. Just toss it in the fucking trash can.
Yeah, like she took it. She like everybody's picking up their bags and shoes and shit and going along, and then all of a sudden, the bins come out. I'm like, where the fuck's my backpack? And this TSA lady has it, and I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, do you have any substances in here? I'm like, no, what the fuck? And then she gets out hand sanitizer.
I got fucking liquid heroin. I got liquid heroin.
Yeah. And starts rubbing it down with something. And like, I blurted out, it's fucking hand sanitizer and I'm going to miss my plane. And she was like, you're not going to miss your plane. I'm like, and then they were literally called the final boarding call as I walked away.
Yeah. And they're just pricks, dude. And like, I hate to be like that because I know that like, you're just trying to do your job, dude. Anywhere, you're just trying to do your job.
It's scary to think that there's actually a Sebastian Maniscalco stand-up bit about this. It's kind of scary to think that in America, that's our first line of defense. And it's not like they're military personnel or anything. They're like the same people that can get hired to be a fucking rent-a-cop at the mall. Like they're not they don't have any law enforcement background. And then I guess in like Europe and shit, the TSA is standing there with fucking machine guns and shit. And yet in our fucking country, it's take out your laptop and put it in another bin.
No, dude. Like when COVID was going, they had cheap flights. Like flights.
Yeah, you could fly for like $35.
Yeah. So Savannah was coming back and forth a lot, and the first time she got here, she was terrified because when she got off the plane, they had dudes with armed guards and shit making her sign forms and shit, dude, and being like, if you get sick, it's your problem, it's your fault and all this shit, and fucking, she was terrified. She's like, I never experienced anything like that in my life, and I'm like, but we're not like this, like in everyday times. Because of a fucking disease, you're gonna make this happen? Like, come on, dude. Like, what the fuck?
The stupidest thing I ever heard during those times, like 2020, 2021, was I was going to get an oil change on my car, and my low tire light was on, or my low air light was on in my car. So I'm thinking one of my tires is leaking or whatever. So they're like, all your tires are good. It must be your spare one that's low, and that's why that light's going off. And then they're like, but we can't open up someone's trunk right now. And I'm like, why? And they're like, because of COVID. I'm like, but I'm in my car. What the fuck does that have? My car's outside baking in the fucking sun all day. There can't be any kind of germ living on it.
I wonder if I could find this picture. I seen it last night and it really had me fucking laughing, dude. There's a whole bunch of swimming pool, old people in a swimming pool, right? Yeah. And in between these fucking people, there's plexiglass.
In a swimming pool?
Yes. Yeah, dude. I have to find this fucking picture, dude. I was dying, dude.
What I thought was funny was in like high school sports, like in 2021, they would play like volleyball with masks on. And in some cases in high school basketball, they would have, they have like sometimes they have like the big hot prospect high school games on ESPN. I had it on once.
Yeah.
And they were wearing fucking masks and playing basketball, but they had them like just on their mouths. I'm like, so this is helping nobody. And you're going to like give a guy a fucking, you're going to hurt his breathing.
Yeah, I can't find the exact picture. The next time that I come across it on Twitter, I will save it.
And speaking. Oh, you good?
No, go ahead.
Speaking of masks, since we were going to talk about me going to Wrestle Dream the other day.
Yes,
I will say one thing about AEW. I've been to 3 AEW events, 2 pay-per-views, and 1 Dynamite. And unfortunately, I wish so much that I could have gone to one between 2019 and 2021. Because my brother got to go to, what's the one called in November, Full Gear?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my brother got to go to Full Gear 2021, and that was still like when they were at the height. Like it was still cool and new and different. Every AEW event that I've gone to has been post cool, new and different, and more so we have a gigantic roster, but we don't know what to do with it, and everything's just all over the place. So I really wish I could have gone to an event, but they didn't come to this area until I think beginning of 2023 was the first time they came up here. But anyway, it's like it was good entertainment for $37.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, for the price, I mean, I would go to one wrestling show for $37. I mean, you know what I mean?
So like it was entertaining for what it was, and I mean,
would you say that it was that it was like on the lower tier? Because me and you like say a lot that like AEW has its faults, but they always hit a home run on pay-per-view. Right? Would you say that it was on the lower tier of that scale?
I'd say yeah, just because I mean, looking back, the ending, you know, after being able to sleep on the ending, made more sense. But last year I went to Wrestle Dream also in Seattle, and that's when Edge showed up. And granted, Edge is old and shit, but it was still to be in that crowd. It was cool to at least, you know, and the way experience. And I heard on a review show about Wrestle Dream that ending, the crowd reaction kind of drew comparisons to the Lesnar breaking the streak. I mean, not on that level, but to an extent, yes, because it's like the crowd didn't know what was going on. They're like, is this an accident? Is this real? Is this part of the show? Did the ref do something wrong? Like, did Daniel Bryan lose the title career over? Like, you know, see, left all these unanswered questions. So in a sense, the crowd was just stunned. And so, I mean, again, the show wasn't formatted the best. I mean, I think they had Will Ospreay and Ricochet and Takeshita, however you say it, they stole the show for sure. MJF.
I knew they would. I fucking knew they would. Yo, Takeshita is fucking nice, dude. And that guy does not give he doesn't get the credit that he deserves, dude.
And MJF's return and Adam Cole's return both got gigantic pops. And that crowd, it was.
I don't think that they should have been back to back the way that they were, though.
Yeah. Because I get what you mean. But also attendance wise, I mean, I think they distributed like 7,000 something tickets, and they said the attendance was 7,000 something. So it was almost to capacity. I mean, it was a big place, but they tarped off some of it for only 7,000 people. But still, it was
7,000 for the Tacoma Dome is not bad.
Yeah. And speaking of the Tacoma Dome, my friend who's about your age, who I went with, he reminded me that's where Buff Bagwell's career ended.
Is it really?
Yeah. When they tried to give WCW its own hour on Raw.
Oh yeah.
And they did Buff Bagwell versus Booker T for the WCW title, and it was in Tacoma Dome. From what I heard, that's what my friend told me.
Like, I understood what they were going for, but like they would have been better served just giving WCW their own separate show,
like ECW, like what they did with ECW, like similar but different.
Yeah.
I tie all this back into mask wearing because the ending of AEW Wrestle Dream was, I mean, obviously 99% of the people in the building know that all that was part of the show, but it was pretty violent. It was pretty shocking, but it's part of the show. So
Yeah.
the corner of my eye, I look up like 2 rows behind me, and there's a girl, like a full-grown adult woman, fucking crying her eyes out, sobbing.
Really?
Because Daniel Bryan
Because
was
of
getting taken away in a fucking
Bryan?
ambulance shit.
Oh,
I would get it if they were 10 years. Oh, and to put on top of that, she was wearing a mask. So that, So like, if it was a 10-year-old child, I would get it. But it was
right. Yeah. But do you think that this is really the end of Daniel Bryan, or is this like a...
See, that's where it's confusing, because what they keep saying, and ever since they announced this, was this is the end of him as a full-time wrestler. So,
right.
I mean, maybe,
True.
I'm sure he'll have some kind of proper send-off at some point, whether that's later this year, next year. I mean, look, Sting retired. He still showed up at All In.
Which to me was too fucking soon.
Yeah, if it was a year from now or 2 years from now, okay, that's fine. Or even like, I didn't like it when they brought Shawn Michaels out of retirement, because that took away the legitimacy of Undertaker ending his career. But still, that happened 8 years later, not 3 months later. Or something like that, close to that.
Yeah.
Because you hear Sting's song, you heard Seek and Destroy, and then it's like, wait, isn't he fucking retired?
Right. It's like, can you let the guy breathe a little bit?
At least like when Ric Flair went to TNA and he started wrestling again, at least that was 2 years after his WWE retirement. So it's like, you let it. I mean, nobody wanted to see him wrestle anymore, but it's like you let it breathe a little.
Yeah, and also it's Ric Flair. Like, the guy is retired, unretired, retired. You know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of like at this point, at his age, I'm pretty sure he's done. Maybe.
I hope so, because that last match or whatever they had 2 years ago, that was sad to watch. I remember I went to my friend's house. It was like the day after SummerSlam, because it was also in like Nashville or wherever SummerSlam was, and I was just like, why is he doing this? And it's just crazy. It's crazy to me, of all the wrestlers.
Speaking of, did you see that really shitty tweet he put out about the hurricane?
I did not. What did he say?
Dude, I have to pull this up. So I could not think of a more tone deaf fucking. I mean, he did end up deleting it. But basically, he said that he's not going to send any money, but that he'll send as much woo energy as needed for the people in need. I'm going to pull it up right now.
Woo energy.
Here we go. Yeah, so people were, people are dying of thirst and shit like that. But here's the article here. Ric Flair deletes tweet that used Hurricane Milton to promote his energy drink. Ric Flair's deleted the tweet about Hurricane Milton following fan backlash. The post do they actually have the actual post? Because I want to get it word for word.
There we go. It took a minute.
Okay, here it is. Okay, here we go. Show more. It's gonna take me to Twitter. Fuck. Okay, hold on. That's fine. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. I am so sick of the haters when I'm just trying to help out and not make a dime for it. Forget the energy drink. Let's play the game of, if you can match my donation of $1,000, and please try to show up with your real names. Please, if I can't Google you, how can I talk to you? At least leave your phone number. So that's the tweet after. So
after he deleted it.
Where's the fucking? Let's see. They gotta have. Okay, here it is. Okay. I am so sorry for being in Las Vegas, reaping the benefits of being the personality I am. First of all, what a piece of shit way to start this, okay? I am so sorry for everything, all the suffering and all the hardships people are going through in Tampa where I live. I can't give you $100,000, but I will donate $1,000 to whatever charity you would like, and I will supply Tampa with all of the Woo energy drinks that are needed to keep everyone's energy up.
Well, it's like, didn't fucking Logan Paul say he was gonna do the same thing with fucking Prime?
I mean,
imagine
kind
fighting
of,
for your
but
life.
I mean,
What?
yeah. And then,
Imagine
well, you know,
fighting
hey
for your
man,
fucking
I got
life.
some Woo energy. You know,
Your
like,
house,
come on, dude.
your house is underwater, but oh, here's some lemon lime Prime and some fucking Woo energy. And it's like, I was thinking about this yesterday. Oh, go ahead.
It's just tone deaf, dude. They're just
I
not
was
like
thinking-
us, dude.
I was thinking about this yesterday about, like the COVID lockdown, the toilet paper shit. And then because of that
Yeah.
port strike on the East
Yeah.
Coast that lasted for like one day, people
Yeah.
like here at the Costco here were freaking out and panic buying. And I'll never forget or understand that when COVID hysteria was happening, that people were buying fucking toilet paper. It will never make sense to me. If I was fighting for my life with little to no resources, fighting to survive, I don't give a fuck if my ass is clean or not.
Dude, I'll keep honest with you, bro. When COVID was going, because toilet paper was hard to find, and if I had to shit, dude, I'm hopping in the shower. I'm just hopping in the shower, and it's a big reason of why that I have a fucking bidet now. I have not bought toilet paper in 2 years. The last time I bought toilet paper was when Quincy was here. I was at work. I do like half a shift at work, and he was here at my house alone. And he texts me and he goes, "Yo, you don't have any toilet paper?" And I go, "Yeah, I know. I have a bidet." He goes, "I'm not using that nasty fucking thing." I'm going, "Quincy, it's like a spa for your ass, dude. It's amazing." He's like, "Nah, I'm not doing it, dude. I'm not doing it, actually." So ever since then, I bought 4 rolls of toilet paper. I still have a roll left because some people are against bidets, dude. Some people don't like them. To me, they're a game changer to me. I enjoy them. All right, let's see. I'm going to leave it up to you. What do you want to get into here next? We have
Ric Flair energy drink. It has mushrooms in it. And
does it?
Yeah, like it has some kind of mushroom shit in it or something. I never tried it because they don't sell it anywhere like mainstream besides.
I've never seen it ever, dude. I've never seen it.
I guess the only place they sell it is like online, and they sell it at GNC. But I never have a fucking reason to go to GNC because I ain't a up at 4 a.m. fitness dude. And speaking of Kamala, however you pronounce it, she's trying to, pander to those gym bros by trying to hop on the Joe Rogan Experience.
Number one, she's waited too long. Okay. And number two, that's not her demographic
at all.
No, like, well, I won't say it's not because I do know one person who's going to be on the podcast eventually who is Kamala. But
is it very Fox News or something? I saw that this morning. She's gonna be. She's having some interview on Fox News with somebody.
Yes, yeah. And Fox News told her straight up, dude, you're not getting the questions beforehand, and they're not going to be easy questions. So that just reeks of desperation to me, dude. It really does.
It kind of does. I mean,
people like to say,
how do you not? Go ahead. Sorry.
No, like. People like to point to the polls. I don't give a fuck about the polls. I look at how candidates are acting.
Yeah, and not only that, but we're 3 weeks out from an election, and how do you not know your base yet? You're trying to reach these other bases. That would make sense a year ago, but you're trying to reach these bases 3 weeks out. That sounds like scrambling to me.
It is. It's panic. It's full fucking panic mode, dude. And then to even try to go on Joe Rogan, like, yo, respect, I guess, for trying, but that's not a setting for her, dude.
No, it's not.
She's gonna get destroyed. Like, Alex Jones is a very good friend of Joe Rogan, and every single thing that fucking Alex Jones said, Joe Rogan was like, hey, can we fact check that? She's gonna get slaughtered. The best thing for her is to not do that.
It's not confirmed. It's not confirmed yet either, right?
No. She's aiming for it. Like, she wants it. And
well, you only have so much time left.
Supposedly, Musk confirmed that Trump is going to be on Rogan, which is a big deal because in 2020, Rogan didn't want shit to do with Trump.
Yeah, he straight up said, I remember on one of his shows, he straight up said, I've had many chances to have him on, but I refuse to because I don't want to look like I'm helping any sort of candidate.
Right.
Which is fair, which is a fair point.
Yeah.
Because you should, because his audience, he wants his audience to think for himself. Does he have some pretty outlandish claims at times? Yeah. But he literally says himself, hey, I hope I'm wrong about a lot of this stuff. And that's how I am too. I don't fear monger. Yeah. I don't fear monger, but I listen. And some of it I start believing. And I hope I'm wrong. Like, I don't want them to ever fucking shut the solar or the power grid off. I don't like the idea of that happening is pretty plausible, but I don't want it to. I hope it never does.
Right. No. But that possibility exists, and it's very scary, dude.
Yeah.
All it takes is one strike, and I think I said it to you a couple of days ago. If that ever were to happen, we're back to the dark ages.
Oh, yeah. And we've talked about that. I've watched some videos about like what to do to prepare. I don't know how accurate they are, but
like all you can do to prepare is be like resourceful and have people that you can depend on.
Yeah.
That's it, dude. I mean, because as much as I love you and Quincy and everybody, you guys aren't near me, and we're not going to have any contact.
Yeah, because people are like literally think about the times where you're like out and about and your phone goes dead, and you
feel lost.
You can't get home for 2 hours or something, and you feel like your life's ending.
Yeah, you feel disconnected.
Yeah.
You really do. Yeah. Speaking of being disconnected, let's get into this, and then we'll get into the other part of this. I think horror fans are really disconnected. I feel like horror fans are doing to the genre what wrestling fans have done to wrestling. Like, wrestling used to be something that I could depend on, to where it's like, yo, for the next 3 hours, I'm going to get not necessarily like brutality or anything, you know what I mean? Yeah. But manly shit.
Some action, some grown man shit.
Yeah, and they've watered that down. And some parts good, some parts bad.
I can think of like one horror movie I've seen in the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
I can think of like 5 in the last 5 years that have any replay value. And those are like the 2 Halloweens, Terrifier, Long Legs, and like Evil Dead, right? Like, that's it. Like, there's a lot of horror movies these days that are just throwaway shit. It's like they're not really scary.
It's slop, dude. Yeah. And years ago, when I was younger, someone older than me, I forgot who it was, but they made a good point, and they go that they put horror movies out in like January and February because no one goes to the movies.
Yeah, because nobody goes to the movies because everybody, did all this, shit during October to December. They spent a lot of money. They spent a lot of money. They spent a lot of time with friends and families. And then, because I, worked at shopping malls for 5 years. So like when January hit, after like that couple days of Christmas returns, it would be dead as fuck. Like,
like
January,
yeah.
February, it would just be dead as fuck. And then it would start picking up again in like February. But it's kind of that way, then because, people just aren't really doing a lot of crazy stuff typically in like January because, again, you spend all this money and all this time and stuff Halloween through Christmas. And now it's kind of like, all right, we're in reset mode. We got to get back to work. We got to do this. We got to do that, So, I remember seeing that Megan movie in theaters, and I saw that.
I like Megan, bro. I actually like Megan. Hey, Hafiz, what's up, bro?
What's good? Bro?
This is my man, Hafiz, everybody.
Oh, shit.
What up?
It's my man, Jack.
What up?
Good look. Oh, shit, you got a couple. Thanks, bro. Snapple. we want a Snapple endorsement. God damn it. But shit, man, how you been, dude? Right?
Chilling, same.
That's out there for you. Should be all warmed up.
Okay, good look.
Just grab a plate if you want ranch or anything. Just go ahead.
No doubt.
For those that don't know, I work in office once a month. So when I work in office once a month, I try to show off my culinary skills and look out for everybody. So
this was a way better interruption than that other guy, Nick Young or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah. See, you know what? You want to know what, Jake Young? There's proof right there, you asshole. Go somewhere.
Nobody cares about. I couldn't even remember your name. Nick Young's an NBA player.
Yeah.
But you're so irrelevant that I have a crazy memory. It was 3 days ago, and I don't remember because I don't care.
It was so out of left field and so funny, dude.
I hope you're still liking your own tweets though, so you can get more. You could try to get more engagement. We'd love to have you on.
Yeah, dude. Open invitation.
Anytime.
But the point that I was trying to go to with the softness of this stuff is that a lot like wrestling fans, they're watering down the horror genre.
Like we just said, it's
why
most of the time.
Now, don't get me wrong, dude. Don't get me wrong. Terrifier is a gory, sickening fucking movie. It is.
I just watched number 1 2 nights ago. I'm gonna watch 2 tonight, I think, because I think we'll be done in another hour or so. But I'm gonna watch 2 tonight. 1, like it takes. Look, I don't see myself as like that fucked up of a person, but I am very desensitized.
Yeah.
To violent, bloody shit. Like I really, really am. Like, for example, I was dating a girl once. You know who she is. And I quoted Pulp Fiction. I said, "Look at the big brains on." I used someone else's name, but she didn't know what that meant. So I sent her the scene on YouTube of Samuel L. Jackson and shit. Look at the big brains on Brett. And then I sent her that scene, and she texted me back, and she said, "I can't finish that." And I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "Because he shot somebody." Like,
so what do you watch then?
What do you watch?
Like romantic comedies or like what?
And then I don't know if but it takes a lot for me to go like, holy shit, oh my god. And Terrifier 1 made me do that like 3 times. Like, he cuts a chick in half, starting at her gash.
Yeah, dude, he like hung her upside down and not so graphic, but like
fire ankles.
Yeah, dude, and what's fucked up is she was nice to him in the beginning of the movie, y'all. She like gave and stuff and like
she's taking them selfies and shit.
Yeah, like leave her alone, dude. Like even Michael Myers has a fucking line, right?
Yeah.
Like in the 2018 version, right?
Yeah.
That kid, he falls on the sidewalk and he's terrified that Michael Myers is gonna kill him. But he leaves him alone because he's a child. Yeah. Michael Myers has a line. Art the Clown doesn't have a fucking line.
Or it's like the very first 1978 Halloween when Michael Myers is walking around during the day and then he walks by that school. There's all the kids playing and the kid bumps into him and then he just like pushes him aside. Art the Clown has no filter though.
That's good. Yeah, that's good. All right, bro. Yo, if I have any left over tomorrow, I'll let you know, bro.
Yeah, let me know.
If
All right,
not,
nice to meet you, bro.
Yeah.
yeah.
See you soon.
You'll be on sometime soon.
Hmm?
You'll be on, I think, sometime soon with us. Or...
Yeah.
All right. Everybody, that's Hafiz. That's my man. Yo, have a good night, bro.
All right, bro.
Peace. Hafiz is a really big fan of my cooking.
Yeah.
So whenever I do shit like this, and he's like, yo, save me some, dude.
You got to do like a bonus segment where you like cook something for a guest and then sit down and eat with them and talk, like kind of like the hot wing. Remember that, like kind of like that, or like there's another one called Food Truck Diaries where that Brendan Schaub dude like sits and interviews. They go to a food truck and they sit and eat and he interviews them.
Yeah.
But anyway, Terrifier.
Terrifier. Okay, yeah. So I haven't seen any of the posters here in the US, which good for us. But I sent it to you earlier to where there's like warnings, papers or whatever, stickers on this stuff, and it's like if anything in this film bothers you and you do like take a seat and have some ice on your head and all this shit.
That was that one I sent you where it had that sign and it said, "We'll get you a seat and a glass of water."
Dude, it's a movie. It's
like,
not like he popped out of the exit with a chainsaw.
That's what I always say. Like for example, on Halloween, actually a couple years ago, I watched Halloween 2 with my mom at her house.
Yeah,
and she's like, "Why are you so okay with this?" I'm like, "Because it's a fucking fictitious character in a fucking movie."
It's not like it really happened in front of me.
Yeah, it's a fucking movie. And that's why, like, there's still people I know, guys and girls, who like will not watch a fucking horror movie. I'm like, dude, it's a movie. Like, it's like fun to be a little scared. I mean, to me at least, I like being a little scared as long as it's not like something fucking serious, like someone threatening.
No, dude, and that goes for anything. Like, if you can invoke emotion out of me,
yeah,
then you did something good. Like,
definitely.
The last thing in wrestling that invoked like real emotion out of me was the streak ending. Like, that felt like my childhood died.
Yeah, because after that match, it was like that stupid Divas lumberjack match.
What an awful placement that was. Oh my god.
I know. And then also, like, nobody in that stadium was paying attention to that. I wasn't paying attention to that because after like a half an hour after that happened, everybody was kind of like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
he never thought it would end. And when you saw that ref's fucking hand go down for a 3, like you never thought thought it would end.
No.
And
what was it? The Vince documentary, was it? Maybe where there's a recent documentary where, I mean, we all thought this, but to have it confirmed really kind of fucked me up. But like, the decision was made that morning.
It was?
Yeah. That fucking Brock was going over. The whole way Taker was taking it all. And no, it was the Vince documentary because Vince denied that Undertaker had a fucking concussion. He's like, I don't know when the concussion happened, blah, 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 blah. But he walked in that morning and he was like, hey, I think Brock's going over tonight. And Vince blamed it on a psychological break in Undertaker's mind. And the Undertaker's too professional for that to be an excuse for me, dude. It's just not who he is.
Yeah.
It's just not. But also, like, that just goes to show the piece of shit Vince is, dude. You built this thing up for 2 decades, and you just woke up one morning and you're like, you want to know what? Yeah. I think the right decision.
I would have thought they would have planned that out for 6 months.
No, yeah. I want to say So there was only like really one episode where the Undertaker was featured prominently. It was on that episode.
I still have two. I still have two left. I kind of got.
Oh, okay. Well, shit, dude, I might have ruined it.
No, I don't care because I know the way people reviewed this documentary was like, oh, it's very insightful if like you're not a wrestling fan, but if you are a wrestling fan, you're already gonna know most of this shit. So I'm not worried about spoilers or anything because like I just know what to expect, you know.
Like to me, I enjoyed the shit out of it just because of how it was done.
Yeah,
like it was presented very well. I didn't learn much new, but it wasn't for us. It was for people who don't really watch wrestling, and Netflix is coming to Raw is coming to Netflix.
Yeah, try to gain some fans, bring back some old fans, stuff like that.
And
it's not something for everybody.
Tell the story of the company and shit like that. It wasn't meant for people like me or you, but I'm still happy it happened. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. All right, Terrifier. I got some more to say about Terrifier. It's a fun movie, and that sounds really fucked up to say. It's a fun movie.
It's funny how after the first, I mean, I've only seen number one again, but after the first 30 minutes, there's literally no plot. Like there's a plot, but it's like
that's fine with me. That's fine with me because that's what old horror used to be.
That's what the original Halloween was. That's what Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Friday the 13th. It's like there's a plot in the beginning, and then the rest is just making sure you don't fucking die, which is how it should be.
Then, you know, like for a lot of it, you're just like, why is he doing this?
Yeah.
You know, like, what's your reasoning? What did this person do to you, bro? Why? This chick was nice to you and took a selfie, and you're fucking chopping her in half, dude.
And then in that pizza place, the fucking one worker keeps yelling at the other worker because he's mad at him. Turns out his head's sitting there on the counter.
Man, that shit makes me want to rewatch that tonight. Yo, you want to know what? I think before we take a quick little 10-minute break here, I think TV horror is better than movie horror now.
As in, like an example,
Haunting of Hill. Basically, anything Mike Flanagan's done on Netflix has been amazing. Haunting of Hill House, and I believe it's called The Fall of House Usher. I believe it is. Both of those are fucking incredible. The twist on Fall of House Usher is next level. Like it doesn't all come together till about the last 20 minutes, and then you're just like, holy fucking shit. It all makes sense now. They're all on Netflix. They're kind of like American Horror Story, to where each season is a different plot. So you don't have to invest fucking 10 seasons. You know?
You can kind of choose one.
Yeah, I just finished Haunting of Hill House today. I started it when it first came out years ago. I never finished it, but I'm so bored at work now. I probably shouldn't say that on stream, but I'm so bored at work now. I basically get paid to watch fucking Netflix and talk to Jasmine. That's what I do.
You can't beat that. You can't. Oh, I sent you that video of Big Bill, Big Cass walking in. You can't teach that.
You can't. Yeah.
I have a story. We can come back to this. Speaking of Enzo and Big Cass.
Yeah.
I'll save it for after the break.
And then I want to end we don't have to end on it, but we have to end on this Cartel story that nobody's talking. Even, I sent this shit to you, about
this morning?
12 hours ago?
Yeah.
I have not heard a word about none of this yet. So we have a chance to break a story here because this is absolutely fucking nuts.
Okay. I only read the headline, and that's right, because I wanted to save it for tonight. So.
Yeah, dude. I haven't read the fucking details. I read the initial paragraph.
Yeah.
But man, the fucking level that people will go with jealousy is fucking insane, dude. This story that we're about to tell you, we deserve royalties because this is going to be a horror movie within a year or two.
We'll have to clip this for TikTok, so then we get the credit for it, and then we can post it.
Yes, That's a great idea. All right. What do you think?
What time is it? 6:20 about?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
9:20?
yeah. 9. Yeah. 9:20 is fine.
Okay.
All right. So the plan is we'll come back. We'll do the big bill shit, and we'll wrap up with the very insane
The Cartel Affair. That's what
Cartel affair.
that's what the Dateline NBC episode can be called, and we could sell it to them.
It's a cautionary tale. I should probably take heat. Nah, fuck that. That guy ain't nothing. But it's a cautionary tale, guys.
Right.
We will see you in 11 minutes.
right.
We'll be right back. All right,
Okay.
folks. The ALCS just really got fucking interesting. So it's 3-1 Yankees. Bases loaded for the Guardians. Cole just got pulled. 89 pitches. 1 out in the 5th. So getting dicey here. Heading to the bullpen.
That's what October baseball is all about. 5th inning. The bullpens are more pivotal than are more crucial than ever in these later series.
They are, dude. They really fucking are.
Like if a guy's just off to a bad start, it's like if a guy's off having a bad start in May, you can let him ride it out.
Right.
Every out is strategic in playoff baseball.
Playoffs, you got to have a short leash. Ace or not, you got to have a short leash. I mean, it'll be different if we were up by 6, but
yeah,
it's a two-run game.
So I got on the topic of Enzo Amore, Big Cass, whatever. So I have a friend over there in New York City. I'm not going to say names. If you're watching, if you're listening, sorry, this is too good of a story. I had to say it for the wrestling fans. So anyway, my friend in New York City, this is about 2 years ago, tells me, oh, he's dating a chick from New Jersey. And I lost you. You're a black screen.
Oh, wait. All right. Shit. Hold on. Damn it. Why does it do that, yo? Oh, wait. Hold on. Fuck. Hold on. What the fuck? What's going on here? I think I was back. Am I back? No.
I can hear you. I just can't. It's just black.
All right, hold on. I didn't do it. Come on. Don't play with me now. All right. I was just there. Okay.
There we go.
All right, I'm back. Okay, we're here.
Okay.
All right.
So my friend who lives over there in New York City, he was telling me he's dating this new chick who lives in New Jersey, nearby. And he shows me her Instagram, and her Instagram's private. I can't see it, it's locked. But it says followed by real one, which is Enzo Amore's Instagram.
Yeah.
And I go, hey, she's followed by a dude who used to be a pretty big star in WWE.
Yeah.
And he's like, no shit, what? He calls me like 2 weeks later. It's like, dude, you should have never told me that. They grew up together and they used to date and all this stuff. And not only that, but I later got to kind of meet this person over the phone at least. And she told me that she also, so one time they both called me on the phone and I said, hey, since you live in New Jersey, you ever been to Holston's?
Yeah.
And then she's like, speaking of, my neighbor growing up was Gandolfini's nephew.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yo, speaking of, before you get further into that, did you ever check out that Sopranos documentary on Max?
I haven't yet, no.
Yo, you have to. It's really good, dude. It's not overextended. It's only 2 episodes. So the premise of it is David Chase is in essentially Dr. Melfi's office, like a psychiatry session kind of thing.
Okay.
It was really, really well done. But yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, like, because last night the Jets were on Monday Night Football. It's like now I can't think of a Jet. You can't like think about the Jets without thinking of Adam Sandler, Michael Imperiali, and James Gandolfini. Like that's all I think about when I see the Jets nowadays.
Every time that I lose a bet now, right? Because I don't bet crazy. Like I show you my tickets. I bet like 20, 15, 10, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there's that one scene when well, it's actually a whole episode, but where Tony's like really going through it, losing a lot.
Yeah.
And there's this dude in the Bing and he's like celebrating. He's like, yeah. And Tony looks at me, he's like, fucking guy probably won like $300. And I'm like, yo, that would make me happy. But for him, like he bets big money, dude.
Yeah.
He wants to win fucking like a couple hundred G's, dude, And honestly, I would have strangled Carmella for fucking not letting him do that Jets bet, dude, because he had it in that the kicker was fucking, out or hurt or some shit. And he ended up, the bet would have hit.
Mm-hmm.
And she talked him out of it. I would have fucking.
I forgot. They used to. There was a lot of episodes back then where they used to bet. They used to talk about like college football games and shit.
Yeah. With the bookie shit. Yeah.
There's decent sports references in Sopranos in it, and that's one way. It's the only way that show hasn't aged well is technology. Otherwise, it's aged tremendously. There's like when Tony moves out and lives with Bobby and Uncle June and shit. There's an episode where AJ is sitting in that house watching UFC in like 2005.
Yeah. The one thing that always stood out to me that dates it is like they had like the DVD player scam, and it's like I watch it now, but back then they were a big deal and they were expensive.
Was that back in those early episodes where Chris and them would rob the fucking semi trucks full of DVDs or DVD players?
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, there was a time when DVD players were like $600.
Yeah.
Now they're like obsolete. You can't even buy them at stores. You got to buy them like on Amazon or some shit. If you
like third market eBay
or if you have a PlayStation, I think they could still play on those. I can't even remember the last time I put a DVD in. It's probably like 2014.
It's been a while, dude. Honestly, for whatever reason, a core memory of mine is watching Gone in 60 Seconds on DVD. I don't know why. It really stuck with me.
I had a lot. I had like a cabinet of DVDs growing up. I don't know where they are now, but I don't.
Dude, I used to have like the biggest fucking collection. The biggest collection, dude. And then like they started fading out, and I just pawned them. I may as well get something out of them.
Yeah. There were these people out here I used to watch on YouTube who'd have like full fucking rooms of WWE DVDs. And I'm so glad that as a kid, I only had like one shelf's worth. Because in my head, even way back in 2010, in my head, I was like, man, someday they're going to make something where you can just watch all this instantly. Like as a kid, I just didn't know. So like I wanted to always check out like old WCW shit like before my time. And you couldn't, there wasn't that much out there. There was like a little bit of shit on YouTube, or you could buy like torrented DVDs, which I didn't want to do, or you could buy the old VHSs. But there was a times where like I almost bought the VHSs, but then I was like, man, someday this shit's going to be all digital and we can watch whatever we want, like at the click of a button. And then sure enough, 4 years later, it happened. And that makes me glad that I have so little like physical media of wrestling.
People don't give WWE enough credit for what they did for the entertainment industry, because before WWE Network, there was nothing like that existed.
There was no streaming. Like all there was back then was like there was Netflix, but then again, Netflix was pretty obsolete too. Because now look where we are. There's Netflix exclusive series and shows, and they're critically acclaimed. Back in the day on the Netflix, like the original term for the Netflix app was Netflix Instant Queue. And there would be like some decent older movies and shows and shit, but like half of it was like just fucking garbage. Like shitty, like low budget horror movies, like D grade ones. Yeah. But now it's like, they really, I don't know what year like Peacock started, or I guess maybe Prime was around back then, but like it was kind of the first of its kind. So I think it made a lot of people know, oh, look, you don't have to buy all 25 seasons of The Simpsons on DVD. You know, we can
And
just move
plus-
Disney Plus.
And plus, the balls that it took to launch it on WrestleMania 30, dude.
Yeah. And it's funny because that was right when I was getting back into wrestling after kind of being
Me too.
pretty out of the loop for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And I kept telling because this is when I was like right when I was about to graduate high school. So I still didn't have my own money yet. But
Yeah.
so I tell my dad, I'm like, hey, this new WWE Network thing is only $10 and you don't have to pay $60 for pay-per-view. And my dad, because like he's still kind of in control of me because like I hadn't graduated high school yet. So like I didn't have I mean, I still lived at home till like last year, but like he still had control of me, you know, like he was still whatever I was maybe doing or buying, like typically, you know, he was getting for me. And I told him like, yo, this is only $10. You know, we don't have to pay $60 for the pay-per-view anymore. He's like, no, there's got to be some catch to it. And then, so what's funny is the first pay-per-view I watched coming back as a wrestling fan was WrestleMania 30, and we fucking bought it. We still bought it on pay-per-view because my dad didn't believe it at the time. So then when I finally,
you know, there was like a little bit of an apprehension to it because at that time YouTube was still buffering. And you expect me to believe that millions upon millions of people are going to get a fucking clean cut stream with no issues. And it went off without a hitch. Like,
yeah. And that's what, even like way back then, my dad would always say, like, this shit's the future. Like, everything's going to be streaming. And this was like 7-8 years ago. And I kind of said the same thing you did. We're just now, I'm like, no, but computers still buffer and shit. How are we going to do that? But here we are. I mean, people still have satellites and stuff, but like it's getting phased out. I can't remember the last time I saw a fucking DirecTV van in my parents' neighborhood or in my apartment property or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like people still have it, but it's not. I mean, more people are gonna get the like YouTube TV or DirecTV stream or one of those. But like there ain't gonna be no satellites in 5 years.
Actually, speaking of, something happened that I never thought I would ever see in my lifetime. DirecTV and Dish Network are merging.
Really? I didn't see that.
Yeah. I never thought I'd see the day. But I mean, it kind of makes sense because like you said, the business model itself is fading out. So they kind of have to do something.
Yeah, they have to. And plus, like, another thing, YouTube TV has those other cable streaming things beat because you can only get NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV. You can't get them on any of the other ones. So unless you just want to watch the local games, YouTube TV is the only one you can get NFL Sunday Ticket on. Yeah. That
and
was
fuck that. They fucking overcharge like a son of a bitch, dude. It fucking I want to say that DirecTV costed less.
Yeah, it did. I'm just glad that like my dad's crazy like that. So like wherever we lived, he buys all the fucking sports packages so he could see every Twins game and shit. So I'm okay with it. I don't say anything about it.
Yeah. So let's get into some darkness. Let's get into some dark shit because even the fucking headline, like there's not much in this world. Like me and you say it a lot that we've been stop biting me. That we've been desensitized to a lot of shit.
Yeah.
This one here, just the headline alone. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen here. I don't think. Let's see. Viewer discretion, watcher discretion advised. I guess we can say.
Take the kids out of the room. Give them an iPad and put them in the other room.
Yeah. Yeah. Have your iPad kid be an iPad kid for a second.
Give them a crack open a Prime. Give them an iPad. Put them in the den.
There you go. Yeah. Okay. All right. Here we go. Woman manipulated boyfriend into suburban family's execution over fake Mexican cartel threat. Okay. Now that's just the headline. Now we're going to get into the briefing and then we'll get into the fucking details. So here's the brief. Investigators revealed that a woman convinced her boyfriend to murder a family, claiming orders from a cartel. The boyfriend, Nathaniel Huey Jr., and his girlfriend,
Ermelinda Palomo.
There you go. Ermelinda Palomo were found dead days later in a murder-suicide. Romeoville police conclude their investigation into the September. Oh, wow. So this wasn't even recent. September 2023 killings. Okay.
So how is it a murder-suicide? I'm curious to know how it's going to be a murder-suicide.
Well, we're about to find out.
We're going to find out.
Yeah. Me too. Well, I'm assuming that the guy found out the truth, that it was a lie, and said, "Oh fuck, maybe," kind of thing. New details have surfaced in the investigation of the 2023 murders of a manipulated her boyfriend into carrying out the killings by falsely claiming orders from a Mexican cartel. Authorities believe 38-year-old Alberto Rolón, 32-year-old Zoraida, whatever Bartolome, their 2 children and their 3 dogs. Jesus Christ, they got the family dogs too. We're shot to death. Well, hey man, in their home on September 17, 2023. Police discovered the bodies after a welfare check with body camera footage capturing the chilling moments. Officers entered the suburban residence. Okay, here's the juicy stuff. Investigators say that Bartolome was having an affair with the alleged killer, Nathaniel Huey Jr., who worked with her at an engineering company. Okay, a cartel affair at an engineering company, whatever, dude.
It's some Breaking Bad shit.
Yeah, dude. Like, who was this guy? Gus Fring? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, right.
Reportedly pretended to be a member of a cartel, sending him messages and posing as the cartel leader to manipulate him into believing the family had to be executed. But why? Like, okay,
yeah,
so
I don't understand why. Why did she want them dead? Was she just mad or something?
Yo, I've been cheated on. It sucks. My first thought wasn't to
never.
Not even my last thought. I'd ever have a thought of saying, "Fucking, let's fucking act like I'm in a cartel."
Yeah,
all right.
That makes sense.
Yeah, days after the killings, Huey and Palomo were spotted in Oklahoma, where they attempted to flee from the authorities. His vehicle crashed and caught fire during a traffic stop. Police say he then shot Palomo before. So it was a police chase thing, and they didn't want to face the music there. With these new findings, police say their months-long investigation of the murders has come to an end. That's all they give us? That's all? No, fuck that. I'm finding more articles. Fuck that shit. I want more details than that. That's not enough for me. Let's see. That can't be all you can give me. Come on now. Let's see. All right, here we go. News about cartel murder affair. Let's see. Oh my God. Oh, and they cut their head off. Oh my God. What the fuck, dude? Man, these are some sick people. Holy shit, dude. 5 headless bodies were found on highway amid cartel war.
Is
the
that the same
decapitated
thing?
bodies.
Is that the same
believe
thing?
so,
That's
man.
probably not the same thing. Cartel
No.
war? That's probably not the same
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
There's another one right
sure.
there. Illinois woman
Oh, here we
posed
go.
as
Here we
a
go.
cartel member.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. They're the same people. Okay. Illinois woman posed as Mexican cartel member. So the woman posed as the member. Man, how dumb was this guy? I'm not trying to be a fucking asshole, but how dumb was this guy?
Yeah.
She posed as the fucking member, tricked her fiance into killing his mistress after learning about their affair. What?
That's like It's like I've seen those TikToks where the dude's like, I made a fake Tinder profile and matched with my girlfriend. Now she's on a flight to nobody. But this is like that taken to the absolute utmost fucking extreme.
And as you know, I'm like a writer. I'm a creative guy. I could never come up with this.
No.
Police say the cartel eventually ordered the murders of the family. She's acting as one of the fictional characters frequently referenced in Nathaniel's relationship. She would encourage Nathaniel to be faithful in his relationship, stop speaking with other women. Okay, so a cartel member is just going to tell you, "Hey, man, I don't think you should fuck that chick anymore, and you should try to work on your marriage." Like,
yeah, we're gonna do that. They're gonna. What's the copay for that marriage counseling?
I don't mean to laugh, but come on, dude. How naive are you, dude? Come on. And he should let's see, stop speaking with other women and treat her nicely and engage in sexual intimacy with her. So he sat him down, supposedly, and was like, "Listen, man, you need to work on your marriage and you need to stop."
But who sat there? So the lady, the coworker, that dude sat him down? Who talked to him?
That's the story that they're that's the story that they're rolling with it. I suppose. Let me see here. It kind of we're on the same thing here. I think we're back on the same page here. Let's see. Okay, yeah, okay. All right. So supposedly, let's see.
There's so many.
Yeah, here we go. So supposedly this cartel woman told the man to be faithful in his relationship, stop speaking with other women, treat her nicely, and engage in, basically have sex with her. The police report.
If you don't have sex with her, we're gonna fucking cut your fingers off.
Yeah, okay. Communications with Nathaniel.
So was this like a text message thing or what?
I'd assume so, because like I can't imagine her being like just like, you know, switching personalities.
Yeah. That's got to be the only way.
Communications with Nathaniel eventually led Ermelinda to convince him that he was under constant surveillance by the organization and that the leaders questioned his loyalty and trustworthiness. Based on years of communication, Nathaniel's responses indicate that he fully believed the information, but did not know Ermelinda was the one he was. Oh, so she acted as if she was somebody else.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, was she? Because then look what it says right here. Palomo reportedly contacted Huey using one of her fake phone numbers. So that's what I was thinking. Was she talking to him on a burner number with a fake name saying, "I'm Luis from the fucking Sinaloa cartel.
Yeah.
If you don't be faithful to your wife, we're going to fucking behead you." That's what I think it is, right?
Yeah, but why? Like, for me, as a man, like being where I come from, I'm not trying to like act like I'm a gangster or anything, but my first question would be like, why do you care about my marriage or relationship?
Like, the thing about it, like, people are always like, "Oh, when you go out in public, don't wear blue or don't wear red." I'm like, look, listen, gang members kill other fucking gang members. Drug dealers kill other fucking people who own them drug debts. Like, but they always say like, "Oh, the crime's so bad in Yakima where I live." I'm like, yeah, not where I live in the residential area 20 minutes away from downtown. It happens in downtown where it's fucking gang members killing other gang members. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about me. They don't care if I wear a fucking red Minnesota Twins hat.
No, because you're not someone like people who are targeted for shit like that.
Yeah.
They're like known associates and stuff. Like people like me or you are fine wearing red and blue, bro. They know that we're not up to no good. You know? we're not connected and
Like
shit.
they know who's their op. You know, they see the tattoos, or they know from the fucking word of mouth and shit. You know.
Yeah.
And has there been accidents and people caught by stray bullets? Yeah, but again, for the most part, it's fucking criminals killing other criminals and shit like that.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of like a net. I won't say net positive, but you get what I mean. It evens itself out pretty much.
The trash takes itself out.
Yeah. Huey Jr. left Palomo in the car as he broke into the Romeoville family. Oh my God, dude, they were together when it happened. Hearing the noise, Rolone confronted Huey Jr. and was shot several times. After shooting Rolone, Huey entered the bedroom and shot.
Let's backtrack just a little bit. Who is Huey?
So Huey Jr. is this
guy she worked with, right?
Yeah.
So she was the one actually having an affair, but she was accusing her husband of having an affair?
Yeah, so I mean, all I can say, and this is putting it lightly, that she was not a very mentally well person.
Clearly.
Let's see. Hearing the noise, Rolone confronted Huey Jr. and was shot several times. After shooting Rolone, Huey entered a bedroom and shot their two children. The family dogs were also shot dead, one in the kitchen, one in the bedroom. What did they have to do with any of this, bro?
Yeah. Well, that's just what.
So, you know. Okay, all right. Now we're getting into some shit here. After the murders, Huey Jr. contacted the fake account to report what he had done. So he messaged them and said, "All right, dude, the deed is done. The job is done." Huey quickly became a suspect due to cell tower records and flock camera systems placing his vehicle at a scene. He was questioned and he admitted his relationship with Zoraida, but denied involvement in the murders. He refused to allow police to search his vehicle, which is a GMC Yukon at this time. Later that day, he was seen transferring a bag containing firearms, which is that's really very smart, dude. If you just commit a crime, you want to get rid of it right then and there, you dumb motherfucker. Huey and Palomo both became persons of interest. You want to know what? I mean, I hate to say it, I give him credit for getting away with it for a year. I mean, fuck, dude.
Oh, that was all year. That was September 2023. And so this September 20th was a whole year ago? Or I mean, a couple weeks ago. Sorry.
Yeah. So maybe that's why this just came out. They were probably trying to keep it under wraps until now. Huey and Palomo both became persons of interest, of course. On September 20th in the morning, license plates readers spotted a vehicle linked to the pair in Oklahoma. So they went 650 miles away. They tried their best. Authorities attempted to pull the vehicle over. And as soon as that happened, he shot her, and
then he shot him, and then he shot her, and then he killed himself. So that's why it's a murder suicide.
Fuck, dude.
Like how does a fucking mass murder go unsolved or go just like under the radar for a whole year?
I want to say due to the cartel connection. I think that I want to say that they felt like they were building a bigger case.
Yeah.
Than they were.
Probably.
But fuck, dude, that's one of the most awful stories I've heard in a really long time, dude.
Yeah, I'll say.
Like, I totally get jumping the bitch, like you and your friends fucking like beat her down or like push it on her Facebook, shame her, embarrass her or something like that, dude.
Yeah.
That's going a little too far, dude. Like, was his cock the size of like a fucking the like pepperoni stick or something? Like, what the fuck?
It was the size of one of those fucking cookies at Subway.
Yeah, dude. Like, nobody. And I've been in love a lot, dude. And I would do a lot for a lot of people. I would never in my life do anything close to that for anybody, dude.
No.
That's next level shit. Like, the dogs and the kids.
It's like it reminds me of. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, I can see killing the girl or whoever you're having the affair with. I see that. I get it. You know, like rage, crime of passion kind of thing.
Yeah.
I can compute that in my mind. I can do that.
It reminds me of that one case. They had a Netflix documentary about it when that dude like killed his whole fucking family in like Denver.
Oh, that Chris Watts dude, right?
Yeah. So like that, among many other episodes of Dateline or 48 Hours, or whatever that I've watched, all these dudes are like, oh, he was having an affair and he wanted to be with the new chick. So to get the new life, he had to kill his family. And it's like, well, you're not gonna get away with murder.
But you didn't have to do
Or
that.
whatever, and be with the new chick.
That's what I'm saying. You didn't
Like,
have to do that. You could
Yeah.
have just said, listen, man, this isn't working, and I wish it did, and we gave it a really good
Like,
shot.
It's impossible. It's impossible to get away with murder. Like,
Now it is.
you gotta be so, and that just happened a couple years ago. Like, you gotta be so sociopathic to think, oh yeah, I'm gonna murder my whole family, and then we're gonna live a luxurious life of fucking Hawaiian vacations. It's like, no, you're not.
Especially now, bro.
Like I said on that other episode about what were we talking about? What was that? That crime we were talking about where the guy, they traced him back to Walmart somehow, and I said, there's always a fucking crumb on the ground. There's always a Walmart.
Because you're not gonna it was the grinder thing.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, and he went back and got like a shovel and a rope and fucking all that shit. Like, what are you doing, dude? Number one, depending where you live, why don't you have a shovel?
And I remember I used to watch Forensic Files a lot as a kid, and there was one where they searched this dude's house who had just like fucking killed his wife with a hammer or some shit. And they were like, people don't put their shoes in the washer that much. Why people don't put their shoes in the washer that much? Why are you washing your shoes? You know? There's always something. There's always something they forget to throw away. There's always something.
I'm not going to give away a perfect crime or anything, but if I was to do it, how I would do it, I would get a pair of boots or a pair of sneakers that I'm way too fucking big for. You know what I mean? And then if there are footprints, hey, dude, I'm a size 12. This is a size 15. It can't be me.
Yeah. And then throw them in a fucking river afterwards.
Yeah, like what the fuck, dude? These people, man. And like, I'm glad they're caught, but fuck, dude, be smarter.
I remember I used to see like when they would try to interrogate people, and they'd be like, here's a soda for your interrogation. Like, you want something to drink? And then the guy knew what they were doing, so he wouldn't drink it. So then they would have undercover cops like scoped out, following him all day, waiting for him to throw away a bottle in the garbage at the grocery store, and then go fish it out of there so then they can get the DNA off of it.
Yeah. And we can end on this here. I think it's fucked up that police can lie to you during an interrogation. They're actually like allowed to do that. So like, let's say, for example, that me and you commit a crime and we're in separate rooms. They can go into your room and they'll be like, Josh told us everything, so you may as well just come clean. And I didn't say shit.
So then I sing like the opera, and then I tell on everybody, even though you didn't.
That's not right. That's not right.
I don't think that's fair.
No, it's not. It's not.
But I haven't read up on the laws or the rights, but it doesn't seem fair to me.
No, it's not. It's not. I know a lot of that stuff because I used to listen to Small Town Murder a lot. I haven't listened in a long time, but that used to be my shit. And I've learned a lot from that show.
Me too.
But the Yankees are up 4-2. All right, let's go. We're getting there. But hey, Taiwan might be joining us on Saturday.
I'm here for it.
Man, we're gonna get some stories out of that guy.
That might be something we need.
Yeah. So we got Taiwan coming soon. We got Hafiz is down for one. We got Quincy for election night. We got Christine for election night.
Now we just need Danny for election night.
I'm trying my best, dude. I'm trying my best. That motherfucker is gonna show up, dude. I'm telling you. I'm gonna make him. If you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna tell him if you come on election night, I'm gonna make a tin. I'm gonna make a hinge and a Tinder, and you can use it because I don't use it. You can use it. You can use your pictures and all that dumb shit you want to do, but you have to show up on election night because I want to see how you react to Kamala Harris losing. That's what
we also might have a Monty update. It's been a little while.
Oh yeah, what's going on with our buddy Monty Lee?
I haven't seen anything from him lately. I always see he's active on Facebook, so we know he's still kicking.
Somehow, some way, dude.
He's kicking that cart up the interstate.
Yeah, him and his dog. God bless him. Well, hey, man. I think we have. I think we got two. I think we're on a little bit of a streak here. I think we got 2 good shows in a row.
It's not gonna be broken anytime soon, like the Undertaker's.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not.
We don't have Vince. We don't have Vince in charge.
Yeah. He's just not gonna walk up one Tuesday and be like, "Hey guys, came up with a decision today." You know.
It's such good shit.
Yeah. That was one of my favorite parts of that WrestleMania, actually. It's such good shit.
Good shit.
What a guy. What a guy. I was really hoping that report that he was gonna come back and and like respond to it.
Yeah. Still
But,
hasn't happened.
Yeah, it turned out not to be true, unfortunately. I really wish he'd do it though. But shit, man. I'll see you Saturday, man.
We'll be back Saturday.
Saturday, we'll figure out a time. Saturdays are up in the air when it comes to time, but
I best believe we'll be fresh out of the weight room Saturday. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right, man. Yo, good episode.
Till next time.
We will see you again next time, you sick freaks.
Good night and good luck.
Yeah, love you guys. Deuces.